Hey guys, welcome back to the J Remy podcast. It's Jeremy, aka J Remy, and on the show I talk my shit on certain topics. And on today's topics, I felt moved to talk about Doja Cat and her next steps because I feel as though Doja Cat is up next. And I'm going to tell you why I feel like she's up next. So, boom. Doja, if you're listening, I know you're going to be listening. You're doing amazing, sweetie. I just want you to know that you're doing amazing. From Hot Pink in 2019, I know they pushed Say So. They pushed the fuck out of Say So. But you spawned so many other hits. Rules, my personal favorite. I felt like you should have performed that way more, but you got Rules. You have the song with Gucci Mane. That's my shit. That's my thing. You got that song. And you have my personal favorite, Cyber Sex. And Streets, a sleeper of a hit. I don't even think we thought that Streets was going to blow up the way it did, but it did. So you had about a good so in total four. So you had about three other sleeper hits. So in total, you had about four hits spawned from that album in Hot Pink. And then you came out with Planet Her. Oh my gosh, Planet Her with Kiss Me More. That was, of course, that was the first one, which makes me think that your label wants you to push out more, songs that are pop, which makes sense. Because if you push out the pop music first, that's going to get people hooked. Popular music still runs, and especially when it curtails to white people or what white people want to hear, it's a bop. Now, this album spawned so many other hits. Woman. What's the other song that spawned? The song with the Weekend. You're right. What's another one that it spawned? Oh, girl, let me pull my phone, girl. Listen, cause you got a couple of them, Pooh. Hold on, cause I saved your album bit. I saved your album. But honey, okay, Apple Music. I know you, girl. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, Apple Music. Okay, girl, we pulled up your album, sis, cause I just need to like really look at this body of work. So it spawned one, two, three, four, five, six different hits from this album. You got Woman, Get Into It, Need to Know, You Right, Ain't Shit, and Kiss Me More. So in total, you have about a good six different songs, six different hits that came out from this one album. You're doing amazing. And I think these are the six that's on the Billboard Hot 100 currently. Can we talk about Ancient for a second? Now, Doja, I love you. Here's my only issue with Ancient. You don't fuck niggas. So how the hell could you sit up here and talk about niggas ain't shit and bitch you ain't fucking near nigga? Girl, the only ones that you went after was white boys, unless you pull out some receipts and you like, girl, watch your tongue. You better know what you talking about because bitch, I do be fucking niggas. But girl, you don't be fucking niggas. And we gonna get to that in a second because I have an idea for you. Yes, I have an idea for you. But yes, let's get back. You released Planet Her in 2021. Amazing. The album is amazing. And I hope that you get a Grammy from this album. I want you to get a Grammy from this album. This is most deserved because Doja, you're talented. You are talented. And I want to help you in taking that number one spot because I believe you can take that number one spot. From what I'm analyzing, because I'm a Virgo and I analyze, out of the big three, well, we're going to call it the quad. So you have Nicki, Cardi, Megan, and you. So it's the quad. And let me start by saying I don't think that they expected you to come up the way you did. But you're here. They only expected rappers. And they didn't view you as a rapper per se. But honey, All the girls gotta touch popular music if they want to be that girl. That's just the way of the game. And the only one who was able to really put their foot in pop was Nicki. And you came into pop so effortlessly. Effortlessly. Pop, you can run pop. Honey, let me tell you, you're a talented rapper and you give the pop girls a run for their money. Honey, you're dangerous. You are dangerous. And nobody expected you to do that. They slept on you. Oh, they did. But now, with your talent, your eye for performances, oh, your penmanship, you're a triple threat. Some of the girls don't even have that on the quad. Let's talk about it. Some girls have a pen, some girls have the aesthetic down pat, but some of them don't have the performances. Your performances are way better than Megan's, way better than Cardi's, and low key kind of better than Nicki Minaj's too. Yeah. You have a pen. The only two that have a pen is Megan and Nicki. You already have the aesthetic, you already have your look down packed to a T, which, you know, I feel, and I could be wrong, but I feel like your meteoric rise resembles that of Nicki's back in 2012, 2013, when she transferred over to pop. You kind of did the same thing. Because you were in hip hop for a while. You had like an alternative hip hop. And then Moo blew up in, I want to say, what, 2018? 2017, 2018. And then from there, we got to understand Doja and we got to get into Amala, your projects. Oh, yeah. We keep it juicy, juicy. I get that. Oh, yeah, that was a pop. Oh, yes. And then you did the song for Birds of Prey. I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and I smell like. Oh yeah, bitch. You was eating it up. So we know you're versatile, and it's crazy because I remember sitting down with my friends and we were like, okay, so who gonna eat it up? You think Megan, Cardi, or Doja? Who you think, Megan, Cardi, or Doja? And I was like, I had to sit down and have to think about it because I'm like, yes, Megan is talented lyrically. But baby girl, the stallion is a one trick pony. Listen, she only sounds good on certain beats. She has an amazing flow, but some of the girls don't resonate with it because it's just a bit aggressive, and that's okay. Cardi, of course, she's well loved. We love her because of her personality. Her personality is amazing. And it got her very much so far. Also, what got her far too is the fact that a lot of people didn't really like Nicki, and Cardi was coming up. So of course, most of the people who didn't like Nicki jumped straight on Cardi ship, and it works for her. You know, she has aesthetic down packed. Her visuals amazing. Mwah, chef's kiss. Her visuals are amazing, and she knows how to choose beats very well. I will give her that. Whoever's her mixer or whoever does the beats for her, oh yeah, that nigga need a Grammy. I ain't even gonna lie. That nigga need a Grammy. So absolutely. And of course you have the queen herself, Nicki Minaj, been in the game for over 10 years. I'ma say she's going on 13 years in the game. Man, I love Nicki down boots, and I didn't really like what you did with Nicki when it came to the Planet Her situation when you gave her them two songs. First, you really could have spoke to Nicki one on one. And I don't want you, and I understand why you didn't do that because you didn't want things to be misconstrued. You felt as though, listen, you know, I worked with you already, and I like you as a person, but I don't want it. Maybe you felt as though, you know, at some point words were going to be twisted and you were going to be going against her at some point and you didn't want to do that. But I think Nikki would have enjoyed working with you because you're actually talented. See, the other girls had to work with her because they needed that cosign. With you, you liked her as an artist, but you didn't need her. And by you kind of pulling back after the two songs that you gave her shows that, yeah, I respect you, but sweetheart, I don't need you. But see, had you then told her, listen, hun, I only have these two songs available. The rest of the songs, I want to do for myself, and I want to do them. I feel as though Nikki would have respected that, and you could have definitely said, "Listen, even though you don't too much like these songs here, that's okay. I definitely want to work with you again in the future. Hopefully we can come up with another collaboration. Hopefully you enjoy a sound of mine, and maybe you feel like you could bless that track, because I don't want to end it on bad terms, and I don't want you to feel as though that I'm just using it, because you have to understand where Nikki's coming from. She is coming from a place where a lot of the girls that are up right now that are in the quad low key used her, and she didn't want that again to befall you and her. But having your people kind of talk to her, and then when she didn't agree with those samples, she pulled back. Had you then sat down and you talked to Nikki, I felt as though she'd have understood, and she'd be like, "Okay, not an issue. Well, I wish you success on your album, and hopefully one day we can work on a track." Because now that's how you build relationships. That is how you build relationships within the industry, Doja. You know what I'm saying? I know you may not feel as though you may need Nicki Minaj, but she is still prominent within this industry. And you will need her before she needs you. But at the same time, I like what you did there, because you kind of left Nicki in a rock and a hard place if you think about it. The reason why I said you left her in a rock and a hard place is because Nicki, being a Sagittarius, they don't like when people do them wrong, and they're very vocal about it. But you had her in a rock and a hard place because she really couldn't be vocal about it, because she's tired of being labeled as the bad guy. And if she was to go out and really explain what happened, they're not going to look at you as the bad guy. They're going to look at her as the bad guy, because you already beefing with Megan. You don't fuck with Cardi. So now you're going to have your run in with Doja Cat too. And then think about it, Doja. If she was to do that, you could easily retaliate and say, "Well, I don't understand. I gave her Get Into It. It was a sample of Massive Attack, and I felt as though I was giving her homage. So I wanted her on the track. Well, I don't understand what's going on." You can play that situation to your benefit. And you could have been like, "Well, I don't understand what's going on. I was just giving her her props. I really wanted to work with her. It's really unfortunate that it came down to this point." And they would have looked at Nikki as the bad guy, and she'd have been right back at square one. And she just got out of a hate train. I want to say 2020 is when the Nikki hate train fully ended. You know what I'm saying? But there was still a cold war between her and Cardi. And that leads me to my next point. You can come up now so easily, because the two girls that you would have probably had to go against, real talk, they're still going at it secretly. You don't really too much have to worry about Megan, because I think you do better numbers than Megan anyway. So with Cardi and Nicki, the reason why they're still pushing this beef is because they want Nicki out. And Atlantic invested money in Cardi. But see, Cardi failed at the one job that she had, which was to take Nicki out. Because of that, the reason why Cardi is not releasing that album, because she doesn't have the full backing of Atlantic behind her, because she failed at the mission. So yes, she will release singles because, hey, I want to stay relevant. And she's very meticulous at with who she collaborates with. She collaborated with the City Girls back in 2018 because the City Girls was popping back then. It was all for female empowerment, which female empowerment was only used to spite Nicki Minaj. Then in 2020, she collaborated with Megan because back in 2019, Megan collaborated with Nicki and they were buddy buddy, they were cool. And Atlantic Records was like, hey, you need to get Megan on your side. So send out a collab, send out a truce by collabing with Megan and have her in the video for WAP. And so she did that. So in 2020, WAP came out. The visuals were fire and it sent social media in an uproar. Now, I believe Megan wants to work with Cardi again, but I don't think Cardi wants to work with Megan. Because, in all honesty, Cardi gave Megan her best song to date, which was WAP. You would have thought Savage was her best song to date, but no, it is in fact WAP. Think about it too. When Savage came out, Beyonce gave Megan her stamp of approval, similar to how Nicki gave you your stamp of approval, Doja, with Say So. And that catapulted you up. And it was up from there and it was stuck. Get it? Up and it was stuck. But yes. So with that, Megan was already given the green light. It was already up from there. Cardi was like, let me get her on my side. Let me work with her and let me take the shine that she has because now that's my song. Let me take what she has, take it for myself. And that's going to bring me back up there because the last time Cardi released a song prior to that was Money. Back in, I want to say, what, 2019? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if Money went number one or not. I know it did good numbers, but I don't think Money went number one. So, there we go. In other words, long story short, Cardi used Meg for this number one. And after she did it, okay, well, girl, I gave you your number one song. I gave you your best song to date. I'm on to the next. But they're still pitting Cardi against Nicki. And what is going to be Cardi's death now, if she does not switch courses and she doesn't release an album, is that she's going to continue to think she can go after Nicki. And Nicki already has Cardi in a way where Cardi is slowly trying to become Nicki herself. And she's deluding herself into thinking that she's Nicki. Because, of course, you have the label thinking, yeah, you can take her out. But see, Nicki's a legend. You can't take out a legend. You've only been in the game about, what, good 3-4 years? So you're not new. We need something more. If you think that you can go after a legend, we need another body of work. So if she keeps on thinking that she can take out Nicki and she doesn't have this body of work, she's only going to tire herself out. And as far as Nicki's concerned, it's not the music that's the problem. It's the shit that's outside of music that's fucking Nicki up. Especially with this case with her husband. That's putting her right back at square one. So this is where you come in, Doja. Because as these two girls are fighting and as the Barbs and the Barty gang are fighting and stuff like that, you can easily sneak in from behind the scenes. Because the chair is empty. The top spot, that's empty right now. The girls is too busy fighting for that. Keep doing what you're doing, my love. I know you're tired, and I know you feel like, listen, I need a break. Take your break. But I want you to know something. If you do your cards right, my love, you will take over the rap game, and you can take over the pop game too. You have the talent, Doja. You can easily do that. I want you to know it. You can easily take over pop and rap, and it's not going to be easy. Listen, Nicki held it down for a good 10, 12 years. It's not going to be easy. No one said it was going to be easy, my love. Nobody. I promise you, no one said it was going to be easy. But make it your own and realize that honestly, for you especially, it's a straight shot to the top. These girls will not see it coming. And you already doing better numbers than Megan, and you're doing better numbers than Cardi. And if Nicki does not release something quick and soon, which I will get to in the next episode, you could be doing better numbers than Nicki. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Oh yes. Which leads me to another thing. I want you to solidify your top spot, and maybe I can help you find a way to get there quicker. Another way you can get there quicker, my love, you need a PR relationship. Now, I know some of them wanted you to get with The Weeknd, and that was cute with you, right? But I personally feel as though you and Drake would make an excellent PR relationship. Oh, yes. I really do. See, I think you are you are meant to be the female version of Drake. Yeah. You are perfect for commercial success musically. So is Drake. See, Drake isn't a rapper. He does rapping, but he's really pop. But they just label it as commercial. But that's a whole nother situation. I think you two together would be amazing, PR wise, money wise. The numbers would be there. He does numbers, you do numbers. So if you guys were to do a collab, oh, the numbers. That's an easy number one, Doja. That's an easy number one. Fuck the love, bitch. Fuck the love. Get get to the bag. Drake equals a bag, sis. I know. I know you got a bag yourself, but I'm just saying if you want to extend your bag and if you want to get up to the top spot, because bitch, you're doing better numbers than Drake. But I'm just saying, Drake is doing great numbers. Just saying, Drake is doing amazing numbers. You getting with somebody like Drake and you siding yourself with someone like Drake, that's going to give big numbers. That right there is going to be, you guys will be one of the best and honestly the most powerful couple in music next to Beyonce and Jay-Z. And they're already two steps from being out the door anyway. So they're already looking for that new it couple in music. And it was supposed to be Rihanna and Drake, but see, Rihanna, listen, girl, Rihanna, you can't tell Rihanna nothing, boy. You can't tell Rihanna nothing, boy. I don't know. She likes to do what the fuck she want to do. I love Rihanna. Hey, girl. Listen. She like to do what the fuck she want to do. You feel what I'm saying? It really was supposed to be Rihanna and Drake, but see, it could be you and Drake. And if you two get together, you will be the most powerful female artist out. Your numbers will be insane. You will do numbers. Your numbers will do circles around Megan, Cardi, and Nicki. It will be so bad. And I'm going to tell you this. It will be so fucking bad. Cardi. Because pretty soon it's going to be Cardi versus you. I'm letting you know that now. It will be you versus Cardi. Cardi will have no choice because she can't compete with your numbers. No choice but to go to somebody like Nicki. Because they're all coming back to Nicki, baby. Let me tell you, all them hoes that was sitting there disrespecting Nicki and saying she washed up and she a has-been and she this and she that, they all gonna come back to Nicki looking for that feature. Because one-on-one, you're going to be dragging these hoes by they fucking lace fronts. So Cardi gonna have to come back to Nicki like, listen, bitch. I tried to go one-on-one with Dorisha Kitty, and that bitch dragged me by my lace front. I thought it was gonna be another number one. Nope. Bitch, I'm number 17. I'm not even I'm top 20. I'm used to being in the top 10. I'm used to being in the top 5. I I'm being dragged by my lace front. Nikki, hey girl. Hey, I know we had our beef, bitch. And I know they was pitting us against each other, but girl, I don't have no beef with you. Listen, bitch, I need a collab. Doja is dragging me by my motherfucking lace front. I don't want to work with Megan. I don't want to work with City Girls. Them bitches is broken up anyway. I listen. It's real out here. It's hard out here. Nikki, can I get a collab? Bitches is going to be running to Nikki because they need to survive this round, Doja. Because you are doing too well numbers wise. You're eating these bitches up performance wise. You already have the look. People are already calling you up next. You're up next, Doja. And you can low key take Nikki out too. Because Nikki is imploding. See, Nikki hasn't released any content either. I mean, she re-released her mixtape, but her fans want more. And I don't think that Nikki wants to continue being in the music industry for much longer. So, you can go about taking out Nikki two ways. You can learn under Miss Minaj, ask for forgiveness first because she already don't too much. It's not that she has a problem with you, but ever since what you did with Get Into It, how pretty much you legit took her sound, you did her on that track and then thanked her for it. She really couldn't say much of anything because you had her really put stuck in a rock and a hard place. You can low key extend an olive branch to her, ask for forgiveness, and learn under Miss Minaj. She could tell, and not in terms of musicality, but more so in terms of the business. Because Nicki is an excellent businesswoman, and it would behoove any female rapper coming in to learn under Nicki, especially about the business. Because all Nicki's money is going straight to Nicki. She doesn't have to really release music like that. She's going to be good financially because she made sound financial investments and she's not stuck in a nasty 360 deal. So it would behoove you to learn under Nicki in terms of business. You could do that or something a little sinister. You can take Nicki's fans from right under her, Doja. And it's already happening now because she's not really releasing any real content. And if you didn't know, a lot of the Barbs listen to your music, Doja. Oh, yes, they do. Honey, they do. All of them hoes listen to your music. Some of the hotties too, and some of the Barty gang. But mostly the Barbs, because the Barbs, me being a Barb myself, it's been a while since we got any content from Nicki. And the closest thing that we have to a good Nicki Minaj is really you. We don't too much fuck with Megan because of what she did with Nicki. And of course, you know the reason why we don't fuck with Cardi. I don't really have an issue with Cardi per se. No, I don't. Also, I think she's not going to stay in music that long either. So this is why it's going to be an easy win for your ass. But honestly, they already fuck with you, Doja. So the longer that Nicki doesn't release music is the longer that these girls come to you. And if Nicki doesn't release something I'm going to give her until Spirit told me April. So if Nicki doesn't release anything by April, but let's say if you release something like an EP or something, or if you do like a collab with Drake or something like that, a lot of those fans are going to come to you, Doja. And if they really fuck with you, they're already calling you the princess of rap. They will be calling you the queen of rap. They will call you the queen of rap. Look at that, Doja. I want you to give yourself a round of applause. You came from being a cow to a queen in a matter of 3 years. That's iconic, Doja. Keep it up, my love. You're doing amazing. And if you need any type of advice, my love, I'm here. I am here. I think you're doing wonderful, my love. Keep doing the good work. And shout out to all the other girls that's part of the quad. Megan, I heard your latest mixtape. Bitch, you came out with some motherfucking heat. I'm mad at you low key because why the fuck good news wasn't sounding like this, bitch? Why didn't good news sound like that, girl? Something for the hotties is it that's a bop, bitch. Girl, we're gonna get into that next time. Hey Cardi, girl, you doing your thing, keep it up. Nikki, mwah, my love, I love you. And guys, thank you for listening to me yet again. Hey, if you guys want more content like this, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the J Remy Podcast. Message me on all of my socials if you want me to get into other topics like this one. Thanks and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to the J Remy Podcast. It's Jeremy, aka J Remy, and on the show I talk my shit on certain topics. And on today's topics, I felt moved to talk about Doja Cat and her next steps because I feel as though Doja Cat is up next. And I'm going to tell you why I feel like she's up next. So, boom. Doja, if you're listening, I know you're going to be listening. You're doing amazing, sweetie. I just want you to know that you're doing amazing. From Hot Pink in 2019, I know they pushed Say So. They pushed the fuck out of Say So. But you spawned so many other hits. Rules, my personal favorite. I felt like you should have performed that way more, but you got Rules. You have the song with Gucci Mane. That's my shit. That's my name. You got that song. And you have my personal favorite, Cyber Sex. And Streets, a sleeper of a hit. I don't even think we thought that Streets was going to blow up the way it did. But it did. So you had about a good